Suge came in with 30 Mexicans, like you said, which is weird.
Okay, it was like, Suge's outside, Suge's outside. Everybody like, he was running, dropping shit, like, man, everybody going, I'm in front of the camera like this.
50 was like, what's up, man? What you want to do?
Bang him.
And Suge looked at him, and he took a puff of his cigar, and he blew it out, and he did like this, and they left.
Now picture a man who doesn't just win his battles, he obliterates his enemies, leaving their careers in ruins. That's 50 cents for you.
Now he's funding the police. Now they're not only protecting him, they're a part of his gang. He's funding him, he's paying the guys that are around him now, and he's giving them good bread. I've heard the numbers.
Who I need all the protection from, nigga? Your little, oh man, you motherfucker.
Imagine being so untouchable that your very name sends chills down the spine of anyone who dares to challenge you. From lyrical annihilations to personal vendettas that played out on the world stage, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson has built a legacy of not just success, but domination. So buckle up, because today we're diving into the most jaw-dropping moments when 50 Cent destroyed rappers' careers. And trust me, you won't believe how far he went. Ever since he burst onto the scene, 50 Cent has been a force of nature. Whether he was rapping about robbing famous names or taking delight in public feuds, he's always played the game his way. Even Jay-Z warned his team to step up their game when 50 started making noise. This wasn't just about music, it was about power. And when it came to beef, 50 Cent turned it into an art form. His strategy was simple but devastating. Find your opponent's weakness and exploit it mercilessly. Whether it was questioning their street credibility, attacking their personal lives, or overshadowing their music with relentless diss tracks, 50 always had a plan. His feuds weren't just battles. They were campaigns designed to break his enemies piece by piece. And the results? Let's just say they speak for themselves. One of his most infamous targets, Ja Rule. Back in the late 90s, Ja was riding high with hit singles and chart-topping albums. But everything changed when 50 Cent entered the picture. Their feud, which started with street-level conflicts, escalated to full-blown warfare, with mixtapes, diss tracks, and even physical altercations. It got so heated that members of Ja's team reportedly stabbed 50 at a studio. Did that stop him? Not a chance. In fact, it only fueled his fire. When 50 Cent signed with Eminem and Dr. Dre, it was game over for Ja Rule. Armed with the backing of Shady Records and Aftermath, 50 unleashed a wave of diss tracks, including the infamous Back Down. Ja Rule tried to retaliate, but it was too late. The public turned against him and his once dominant Murder Inc. label crumbled under the pressure. To add insult to injury, 50 even bought out 200 front-row seats at a Ja Rule concert just so they would remain empty. Talk about pettiness at its peak, but the story goes deeper. Ja Rule's downfall wasn't just about 50's relentless attacks, it was also about timing. By the time 50 hit the scene, Ja's sound, a mix of hardcore rap and pop-friendly hooks, was starting to wear thin with fans. 50 exploited this shift in public sentiment, positioning himself as the real street artist in contrast to Ja's commercial appeal. It was a masterstroke, and it worked. Ja Rule's attempts to clap back, including the track Clap Back, only highlighted his struggles to regain relevance. Today, Ja Rule's legacy is forever linked to his feud with 50 Cent. While Ja has tried to rebuild his image, 50's shadow looms large, a testament to the devastating power of a well-executed beef. But 50's wrath wasn't reserved for his rivals. Even his own crew wasn't safe. Take G-Unit, for example. Lloyd Banks, Young Buck, and Tony Yayo were once riding high on 50's coattails, but over time their relationship soured. 50 accused them of being ungrateful and lazy, famously cutting ties with Young Buck and mocking his financial troubles. He even referred to them as spoiled milk. While Tony Yayo managed to stay on good terms, the fallout with Buck and Banks proved that loyalty to 50 Cent comes with an expiration date. The drama didn't stop there. Young Buck's financial woes became public fodder for 50's taunts. From posting phone calls where Buck tearfully pleaded to return to G-Unit, to calling out Banks for a lack of work ethic, 50 made it clear that he wouldn't tolerate what he saw as disloyalty. And yet, his harsh approach wasn't just about settling scores. It was also a message to anyone else in his circle: step up or step out. Tony Yayo, on the other hand, managed to stay in 50's good graces by maintaining unwavering loyalty. Even as G-Unit's popularity waned, Yayo's dedication earned him a spot by 50's side. It's a stark reminder that in the 50's world, loyalty isn't just valued, it's demanded. Then there's Rick Ross. Their feud began over what seemed like a minor slight at the BET Awards, but 50 turned it into a full-scale war. He dug up dirt on Ross's past as a correctional officer and used it to discredit him. From diss tracks like Officer Ricky to leaking a sex tape of Ross's ex, 50's attacks were relentless. Although Ross managed to maintain his career, the beef exposed cracks in his image that fans couldn't ignore. What made this feud particularly brutal was 50's willingness to go beyond music. He created cartoons mocking Ross, shared damaging personal information, and even went as far as involving Ross's family. The impact was undeniable. While Ross's music career survived, his credibility took a hit that he spent years trying to rebuild. Interestingly, Ross's strategy during the feud was to focus on his music, releasing hit albums and chart-topping singles that kept him relevant. It's a testament to Ross's resilience, but also a reminder of just how destructive 50's tactics can be. Not all of the 50's feuds ended in destruction. His rivalry with Fat Joe was another high-profile beef that spanned years. But in a surprising twist, the two buried the hatchet during a tribute performance at the BET Awards. It was a rare moment of peace in the 50's otherwise chaotic career, showing that even he has a softer side. Sometimes. The feud began when Fat Joe collaborated with Ja Rule on the track New York, which 50 took as an affront. Diss tracks and public insults followed, with 50 going as far as mocking Fat Joe's weight and accusing him of irrelevance. Joe, however, held his ground, refusing to back down and even releasing his own diss tracks. The truce at the BET Awards was a poignant moment, symbolizing the power of mutual respect in the face of shared loss. The performance was a tribute to the late Chris Lighty, a mutual friend and industry icon. For one night, the animosity melted away, replaced by a sense of unity that resonated with fans and fellow artists alike. However, no such truce seems possible with Diddy. 50 has repeatedly taken shots at the bad boy mogul, accusing him of shady business practices and even questioning his sexuality. While Diddy has mostly stayed quiet, the animosity between the two remains palpable, with 50 continuing to troll him at every opportunity. The roots of their feud are murky, but 50 has hinted at behind-the-scenes betrayals and business conflicts. From insinuating that Diddy was involved in the death of the notorious B.I.G. to mocking his business ventures, 50 has shown no restraint in going after Diddy. The ongoing shade serves as a reminder that for 50, no feud is ever truly over, whether it's destroying careers, exposing secrets, or turning his own crew into enemies. 50 Cent's ability to dominate his rivals is unmatched. His methods may be ruthless, but they've earned him a reputation as one of the most formidable figures in hip-hop. Love him or hate him, there's no denying that 50 Cent knows how to play the game and win. What makes 50's legacy even more fascinating is the psychological edge he brings to his battles. He doesn't just attack his rivals, he gets inside their heads, turning their own weaknesses against them. It's a strategy that has kept him relevant for decades, even as the hip-hop landscape continues to evolve. So, who's next on 50's hit list? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, crossing him is a risk that fewer